As of right now, there's a large number of people that want to uncover the enigmatic mysteries of our world, saying that research show that many of these remain unknown to the general public. Despite several reasons that prohibit the dissemination of that knowledge to the public, inquisitive minds continue to seek answers to their questions. According to reports, various former presidents have been told about the unknown. While some ex-presidents have chosen to remain tight-lipped about their knowledge, a few have divulged intriguing details that suggest they may be aware of more than they are admitting. During his presidency, President Trump acknowledged that he had inside information on unidentified objects and participated in meetings to discuss them. He found the reports fascinating, but stressed the need for further investigations while commending the military's handling of the sightings. In 2019, elected officials, including senators and other government representatives, revealed that they had witnessed peculiar aircrafts above the United States. The president and other officials initially claimed that there were no programs investigating the phenomena, but later released documents exposed a secret program that had been already in place. Former President Trump revealed that he was aware of these aircrafts and that he has inside knowledge of these objects that he may reveal to the general public. During an interview, the former president said that it is important to note that these sightings and encounters have been reported by people across the world for decades. These reports often involve sightings of unidentified objects in the sky that exhibit flight characteristics or behaviors that cannot be easily explained. He said that the United States government are aware of these objects and that over the years the country has had its fair share of encounters. Insiders said that the former president commented on how the classification of sensitive and classified information is a common practice to ensure national security and protect sensitive sources and methods. However, insiders have come forward and said that certain details about encounters, investigations, or research may be deemed classified and therefore not routinely shared with the president. The former president did counter this and said that he has been briefed on various cases that the public would find interesting. The former president said the following: "I want them to think whatever they think. I did attend meetings on them. Space is the world's newest war-fighting domain. Amid grave threats to our national security, American superiority in space is absolutely vital. And we're leading, but we're not leading by enough. But very shortly we'll be leading by a lot." End quote. The former president said that he possesses insider information on these enigmatic flying objects and may disclose it publicly when he deems appropriate. He also characterized the footage as an amazing video. According to insiders, there have been indications that he may release this information soon, as the subject has gained more attention than ever before. What's interesting is that the United States hasn't denied these objects, and due to them being featured in the media, some have suggested that the former president could be the one to make disclosure official. Despite lengthy investigations into these unusual objects, it wasn't until several years ago that reports of sightings went mainstream. This occurred after various military officials shared their testimonies, revealing that they had been encountering these aircrafts for years, with each attempt to learn more yielding no satisfactory answers. Retired military personnel are sharing their experiences and collaborating with individuals on a project. They have observed that these unknown crafts possess the ability to outperform their aircraft by traveling at incredible speeds of tens of thousands of miles per hour, evading radar detection, diving into the ocean without making any noticeable disturbance, and interfering with electronic equipment to disable various systems. There have been suggestions that when the former president held office, he was deeply involved in such matters and would participate in these gatherings to stay informed on the latest developments. The prospect of the United States government announcing disclosure regarding mysterious aircrafts and advanced life is a topic that has captivated the imagination of many. Such an announcement would undoubtedly have profound implications for society, science, and our understanding of the universe. While the specifics of what would occur are speculative, it is worth exploring some potential scenarios and their potential impact. First and foremost, the announcement of these aircrafts, advanced life and disclosure by the United States government would be an unprecedented moment in human history. It would signal a significant paradigm shift, challenging long-held beliefs and inviting a re-evaluation of our place in the cosmos. The confirmation of the existence of intelligent advanced life would raise countless questions about their origins, capabilities, and potential interactions with humanity. One immediate effect would be the impact on public consciousness and belief systems. The disclosure would likely trigger a mixture of excitement, awe, and apprehension among the population. People's perspectives on the existence of life beyond Earth would be reshaped, leading to new conversations and debates about our place in the universe and the implications for religious, philosophical, and scientific worldviews. Scientifically, the disclosure would open up a vast frontier of exploration and research. The confirmation of advanced life would revolutionize fields such as astrobiology, exobiology, and astronomy. Scientists would have the opportunity to collaborate and study the biological, cultural, and technological aspects of these alien civilizations, leading to new insights and advancements in our understanding of life itself. Technological advancements would likely be accelerated as well. The knowledge of more advanced civilizations would push our own technological development to new frontiers. The study of advanced technology and potential collaborations with these civilizations could lead to breakthroughs in energy, propulsion, communication, and other areas of scientific and technological endeavor. The economic implications of disclosure would also be significant. The commercial space industry, which is already experiencing rapid growth, would likely see an even greater surge in interest and investment. Companies and entrepreneurs would be driven to explore new opportunities in space tourism, resource extraction, and interstellar travel. This could result in job creation, economic growth, and the emergence of new industries. However, disclosure would not be without challenges and potential risks. The impact on global stability and geopolitical relations would need to be carefully managed. The revelation of advanced extraterrestrial civilizations could disrupt existing power dynamics and lead to geopolitical tensions as nations vie for access to advanced resources and knowledge. Furthermore, the societal impact of disclosure may include social, cultural, and psychological implications. People's beliefs, values, and sense of identity could be shaken, and there may be a need for comprehensive education and support systems to navigate these changes. The integration of advanced life into our collective consciousness would require an open and inclusive approach, promoting tolerance, understanding, and cooperation. As of right now, the announcement of mysterious aircrafts and advanced life disclosure by the United States government would have far-reaching consequences across various domains. It would challenge our preconceived notions, reshape scientific and technological pursuits, and potentially reshape our societal, cultural, and economic landscapes. While the specifics of how society would react and adapt to such disclosure are uncertain, it is crucial to approach the topic with an open mind, scientific rigor, and a commitment to exploring the implications of our place in the vast cosmic tapestry. Ultimately, disclosure could serve as a catalyst for scientific progress, societal transformation, and a renewed sense of wonder and exploration as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Former US President Donald Trump has just sent out a message to the American people, saying that he will obliterate the deep state, drain the swamp, and starve the warmongers. The former president has revealed his strategy to reduce government inefficiency, eradicate the impact of the bureaucratic establishment, and decrease the financial authority of those promoting military actions. He aims to reinstate executive branch impoundment, which he considers to be an essential strategy in reducing inefficiency and eliminating unnecessary expenditures. Impoundment, a power once more comprehensive but now restricted, would necessitate legal actions for the president to regain authority. In 1974, Congress implemented the Congressional Budget and Impoundment Control Act, shifting significant spending oversight to both the House and Senate. Trump desires to combat it. The former president said that for 2 centuries within our governmental framework, there was consensus that the president possessed the constitutional authority to halt superfluous expenditure via a mechanism referred to as impoundment. He further explained that under this provision, if Congress allocated a larger budget than necessary for government operations, the president had the authority to decline the excess funds, opting to return them to the general treasury or potentially reduce taxes. Trump had previously unveiled a strategy to alleviate corruption and confront the deeply rooted federal administrative system. This strategy entails implementing a mandate that necessitates all federal staff members to successfully complete a civil service examination, thereby demonstrating their comprehension of the American Constitution. The term deep state has gained significant traction in contemporary political discourse, often used to describe alleged networks of power operating behind the scenes of a government. The concept of a deep state implies a covert network embedded within the political system, independent of a nation's democratic institutions. These alleged entities, consisting of military officials, intelligence agents, wealthy elites, and public servants, are presumed to control and shape national policy, acting outside of and often against publicly elected officials. The deep state concept is characterized by secrecy, longevity, and immense influence. The historical origin of the deep state concept dates back to the Ottoman Empire, but it was popularized in Turkey during the 1990s. It was initially used to describe alleged alliances between the nation's military, security apparatus, and organized crime. These clandestine structures were thought to wield substantial power, orchestrating coups and controlling significant aspects of Turkish politics. In recent years, the deep state concept has found resonance in other political contexts, particularly in the United States, following its use in political commentary and media. Some theorists suggest that a deep state exists within the US government, citing supposed continuity in foreign and economic policy despite changes in elected leadership. Critics of the deep state concept argue that it is a tool of theorists, with allegations often lacking concrete evidence. However, proponents maintain that it is a practical political reality, pointing to historical events like the Watergate scandal as demonstrations of the deep state at work. Understanding the deep state in any context requires an appreciation for the complexities and nuances of political power dynamics. It's important to differentiate between the concept of a deep state, a shadowy network acting independently of elected officials, and the reality of bureaucratic inertia. The latter is a recognized feature of democratic governance, where non-elected officials, due to their expertise, experience, and continuity in office, can exert significant influence over policymaking. While elements of a deep state as traditionally defined, such as entrenched bureaucracies, powerful lobbies, and influential groups, are undoubtedly present within many governments, attributing all political outcomes to their machinations oversimplifies the complexity of governance. It dismisses the multiplicity of interests, domestic and international forces, as well as public opinion, that shape policy decisions. Additionally, indiscriminate usage of the term risks undermining trust in democratic institutions. While vigilance against undue concentrations of power is a fundamental aspect of democratic health, the deep state narrative can fuel unwarranted cynicism, theories, and erode faith in public institutions. The deep state concept also serves as a reminder that while democracy champions transparency, not all political power is exercised in the open. Various non-state actors, from corporations to lobbyists, do wield significant influence, often discreetly. Addressing this requires robust institutions, vigilant media, active civil society, and a commitment to transparency and accountability. War is an unfortunate reality of human history, with significant implications on societal, economic, and political structures. Perhaps one of the most tangible and direct impacts is the financial burden it places on nations. The costs of war are staggering and multifaceted, including direct military expenditure, the indirect cost of sustaining a war-ready economy, post-war rebuilding, and veterans' care. One of the largest spenders on war historically has been the United States, especially during the two world wars, the Cold War, the Vietnam War, and the recent conflicts in the Middle East. To provide a sense of scale, according to the US Department of Defense, American spending during World War II peaked at an astonishing $4.1 trillion in 2020. The total expenditure of the Vietnam War was around $1 trillion in today's dollars, while the spending on the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan since 2001 has exceeded $6 trillion, including future obligations for veterans' care. Similarly, other nations have also committed substantial resources to warfare. For instance, during World War II, Germany's war expenditure was approximately $5.6 trillion, and Japan's was around 2.2 trillion in today's dollars. The vast sums committed to war have profound implications for society and the economy. On the one hand, wartime economies often experience a surge in manufacturing and job creation, such as the economic boom seen in the US during and after World War II. On the other hand, excessive military expenditure can lead to economic instability, inflation, and significant public debt, as witnessed in the US during the Vietnam War and more recently following the Middle East conflicts. Moreover, the opportunity cost of war spending is enormous. Funds channeled into warfare could be directed towards critical domestic priorities like education, healthcare, infrastructure, and environmental conservation. For example, according to the National Priorities Project, US military expenditure in 2020 was around $732 billion, more than the next 10 countries combined. In comparison, federal spending on education was approximately $68 billion, highlighting a stark disparity in allocation of resources. The costs of war also extend beyond the immediate timeframe of conflict. Governments often face substantial post-war expenses, including reconstruction costs, compensation to war victims, and long-term healthcare for veterans. These lingering costs can burden economies for decades, as seen in the extensive veterans' healthcare costs. One of the most potent threats to the continuation of human civilization and life on Earth is the spectre of nuclear warfare. This fear has hung over the world since the dawn of the atomic age during World War II. The catastrophic destructive potential of nuclear weapons, their proliferation, and the geopolitical tensions that could trigger their use represent a daunting challenge to global peace and security. A nuclear weapon is an explosive device that derives its destructive force from nuclear reactions, either fission or a combination of fission and fusion. These reactions release enormous amounts of energy from relatively small amounts of matter. A single nuclear bomb can destroy an entire city. Today, the arsenal of nuclear weapons globally is far more potent and abundant than those early prototypes. As of 2023, it's estimated that there's between 12,500 to 13,000 nuclear warheads worldwide, and these are owned by 9 countries: the United States, Russia, the United Kingdom, France, China, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea. The first 5 are officially recognized as nuclear weapon states by the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, while the other 4 are not. The destructive potential of these weapons is unthinkable. A large-scale nuclear war could end life on Earth as we know it. The initial blasts would cause widespread destruction, taking out millions of people instantly. The subsequent fallout, a dangerous mix of radioactive particles thrust into the atmosphere, would spread around the globe, causing radiation sickness and loss of life. Moreover, a nuclear war would have devastating environmental consequences, leading to what scientists call a nuclear winter. The smoke from fires caused by nuclear explosions would rise into the upper atmosphere, blocking sunlight, leading to global cooling. Crop failures and famine would follow, threatening all life forms. Another alarming factor is the instability and unpredictability in international relations that could lead to nuclear war, whether by design or accident. The world has come close to nuclear war several times, the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 being the most famous example. Also, the threat of non-state actors acquiring nuclear weapons adds another layer of uncertainty and danger. While the picture painted is stark, the goal is not to inspire fear, but to spur action. Nuclear warfare is a man-made disaster, and it is within our capability to prevent it. Several measures can be taken to reduce this threat. Firstly, disarmament is essential. The world must move towards the goal set out in the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, complete disarmament by the nuclear weapon states. The reduction and eventual elimination of nuclear stockpiles is a crucial step towards a safer world. Secondly, strengthening international treaties and institutions is vital. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, and the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons are pillars of the global nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation regime. However, these treaties face challenges, including lack of universal adherence and non-compliance. Thirdly, Diplomacy and dialogue should be the tools of choice in resolving international conflicts. Tensions between nuclear-armed states should be managed carefully, with communication and understanding. Lastly, public awareness and engagement are essential. A world free of nuclear weapons cannot be achieved without the understanding, commitment, and demand from people worldwide. Public opinion can influence government policy, and a global citizenry aware of the risks of nuclear warfare can push their governments towards disarmament. The potential for nuclear warfare poses one of the most existential threats to human life on Earth. The widespread destruction, long-lasting radiation, and environmental repercussions of nuclear conflict could be catastrophic on a global scale. However, the question persists: what are the chances for human survival? A large-scale nuclear conflict involving hundreds or thousands of these weapons could result in immediate casualties in the hundreds of millions, or even billions. Yet, the initial destruction is only the beginning. The fallout, radioactive particles lofted into the atmosphere, would poison vast areas, contaminating water sources, soil, and causing cancer and other illnesses in surviving populations. Infrastructure would be devastated, disrupting the distribution of food, water, and medical supplies. Even more threatening is the possibility of a nuclear winter. The massive amount of dust and soot sent aloft by nuclear detonations could block sunlight, leading to significant cooling of the Earth's surface. This could result in widespread crop failure and subsequent famine, impacting all life forms, not just humans. Surviving these immediate and long-term effects would be a daunting task. However, survival is a characteristic deeply ingrained in human nature, and there are several factors that could contribute to humanity's perseverance in a post-nuclear world. Firstly, humanity's geographical spread and diversity could contribute to survival. Humans inhabit a wide range of environments across the Earth, and while a nuclear war would undoubtedly affect the entire planet, certain remote areas might be less directly impacted, such as parts of the southern hemisphere, due to prevailing wind patterns and fewer targets for nuclear strikes. So what do you make of these recent announcements? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.